Okay, here we are with another drum walk around, and some of you may be wondering, okay, what's this? This is a small kit, you know. Most of you who know me know I normally don't do small kits. I mean, I'm not opposed to them. I just like more voices, personal preference. But this one here was obtained from a guy in Buford, and for those of you that don't know, this is a Pearl Custom Z. And Pearl Custom Zs are very old. They were made, I don't have the exact dates, but I want to say like 89 through 94, 96. Anyway, early 90s basically is their era, and it was Pearl's top, tippity top of the line. The small research I have done on these, it shows that it was kind of Pearl's response to Sonar and their Highlight series and their Horse Link series, the Signature series, the very big over square, heavy beach drums, German-made drums. So this was Pearl's response to that super top-end line. And these drums, you know, let's say they're 30 years old almost, and they look incredible. There's a couple scratches here and there, nothing I can do about it. But the finish here, it's actually a bird's eye maple. And the shells are very thick. I don't know if you can see, but this is a 13-inch tom. And I want to say it's an 8-ply. I can't tell. When the bass drum, I'll get around to it. I know it's 10-ply. And these are very heavy drums. So you have a kick here. It's got the old style Pearl, you know, twist lugs, claws, excuse me. Now what the owner has done, it used to have these long one-piece rods here, or the tension lugs. What he has done is replace them with the Master Series lugs. And if you look on, hello Eric, the Pearl kit back here, this Session Custom Master kit back here, you can see that teardrop lug is exactly the same. So he's modernized it. In my opinion, it looks better. But originally it was a one long lug that ran the whole gamut from the top head to the bottom head. And this was only bought as a 3-piece, so I don't know where the other pieces are. I think the guy said he had 2 kits like this, and he was getting rid of one for whatever reason. Anyway, so you got a 13. I think that's a 22. I want to say that's a 22-inch. Yeah, it's a 22. The drum head here has BD22, so it's a 22-inch. And the floor tom is a 16 by 16. So it's a 13 by 13, so it's a square size drum. I think that's an 18 by 22, and this is a 16 by 16 floor. Okay, and you can see where it's got these super, I mean, even the floor tom legs are heavier than normal legs. I mean, I have a Pearl Masters kit, a brand new Pearl Masters kit that I bought, you know, about 3 years ago, and it's a modern kit, obviously, and the floor tom legs are nowhere near as heavy as these. These are heavy in and of themselves, and the drums are even heavier. Now, it came with this one, a Pearl's maple free floater. I don't have it, haven't tuned it too much, but that's a free floating snare. In other words, the shell sits in this basket which sits between the 2 heads. And the funny thing is, it also came with an extra brass shell, so I can interchange these 2 shells right here to get different sonic dynamics. Now the interesting thing here is I already have a Pearl brass free floating snare. So I have 2 free floaters here, 3.5 by 14s. And so it's kind of neat that now I have basically 2 shells for them. Alright, so those are the two snares, your maple and your brass, and a backup brass over there. In the bass drum, I don't know if you can see it, but that's a very thick shell. I want to say that's 10 plies of maple. It may be more. I'd have to do more research, but you can see how rich that shell is. And this finish here is not a lacquer on top. That is the wood, simply with a nice finish. I guess it is lacquer over top, but it's not like it's a pattern they put on it. That's the actual wood, the bird's eye maple coming through this grain. Cymbal setup is pretty minimal. Got a Sabian Memphis ride over here. Actually, this is a first. A Meinl Byzance Dark Crash. It's an ugly looking cymbal, but it sounds very good. It's supposed to look that way. It's got dark overtones. And a Zildjian Thin Crash 15, small cymbal, and some Zildjian Ks for your hats. Okay, so there's your Pearl Custom Z. Very rare, very lucky to even stumble upon it kit.